Next.
TikTok and beyond, and welcome to Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go. Back again today for part 2 of our Beer Week collaboration with Revolution
Play the
Brewing,
lotto.
in which we are rolling for a beer along with our sandwich.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Our beer dice treated us well yesterday. Hopefully they're still in a good mood. Let's get started with our roll for bread. 5, German pumpernickel. I've had the American version of pumpernickel on the show many times, but this is the bread from which it gets its name. It is
It's so
an
long.
extremely dense, dark rye bread that has a bitter and slightly sweet taste. I'm gonna be honest, it's not really my thing, but I'm gonna withhold any judgment until we have the full sandwich. Next up, let's roll
Dude,
for
it looks
Maine.
like 2 pieces of cardboard.
8, Braunschweiger. While in Germany, Braunschweiger refers
it's
to
just
a
the German
variety of
sandwich now.
Mettwurst. In the United States and Canada, it refers to this smoked liver sausage. It has a creamy, almost spreadable texture and a high iron, protein, and fat content. The flavor is rich and slightly bitter. Seems to be a theme. Next up, let's roll for cheese. 6, smoked cheddar. The smoked cheddar did us well yesterday, and it's back again today. Smoked cheese to go with our smoked Maine. The dice definitely seem to have something in mind today. And so far, I can vibe with it. But then again, we're only halfway done with our sandwich rolls.
I feel like you're gonna need like
a places this could go.
really good sauce, or this
Next
is gonna
up,
be like
let's
a
roll
7.
for roughage. 4 radish and 11 none.
But I'm also
These
a big
radishes
sauce
come
guy.
straight from my garden. I was trying to give them a little more time to get bigger before the winter came, but the dice have demanded there be radish. This variety is called a watermelon radish, and you can see why as I start to cut it here. Green on the outside and red in the center. Radish is actually a super fitting roll for this, as in Germany, radishes are eaten as a side with beer during Oktoberfest or otherwise. Let's get wild with our wild magic
Who cut
roll.
the bread that way? They went the long way?
14 rye
It's
chips.
German bread.
Apparently, having our
Dude,
sandwich
what is with
on
the
authentic German pumpernickel was not enough rye for the dice today. So
Dude,
we
this
will be
better get,
adding
like,
these rye chips to the center
all
of our
the
sandwich,
sauce,
and at
whatever
least we'll
it
get a
is.
crunch out of them.
Literally
And
just
now to
cover
finish
it.
our sandwich off with the sauce roll. 5, milk. I just had to say that the
I literally was about to say, why is there milk at 5? I just saw it and then it landed on it. Why the actual is milk on this? Brother, what the
would be crunchy because, well,
Dude, I love
we all know
milk.
what happens
This is a
when
this is horrible.
cereal sits in milk. Okay, well, that happened. Let's get our sandwich closed up here. Get our toothpicks in to hold it together.
It just became like an
There we go.
actual 0.
And all right, it's time to roll for our beer. Once again, rolling for an IPA from this Hero IPA variety pack.
Is it better than straight water? Was water one of the options? Is
from
water a
Revolution Brewing
sauce?
Chicago. You know, each of these variety packs come with a free Jackbox game code. That's pretty cool. You know, I'm a big fan of Jackbox games. I love Quiplash. Anyway, enough delay. Let's roll for our beer.
It was? I didn't
4,
see it.
West Coast Hero. West Coast Hero is a West Coast.
Oh, we need a
IPA,
hero right
clocking
now.
in a little
An
than yesterday's
insane
beer with
hero.
8% ABV. It's also about twice as bitter as yesterday's beer with a 62 IBU rating. Bitterness seems to be the theme of today. Oh, well, that's okay.
Dude, look at it. Dude, it's like fermenting.
Let's go
Oh
ahead
my
and get our
goodness.
sandwich cut in half here. And let's take a look at that cross section. Okay. The dice really thought they had something there and then threw me milk. Let's taste it.
Why is milk on there, though?
And of course, we got to complete the experience. Give our beer a taste here.
Ah, yes, my milk and beer.
That is definitely a
I am such a milk enjoyer, too, but this is too far for me.
little more bitter than I typically go for. The meat, the cheese, the radish kind of work together, but the milk absolutely destroyed the other elements. The pumpernickel bread is falling apart completely. With all the bitter elements in the sandwich, rolling the most bitter beer that we have as an option was not a great pairing either. And the milk also completely killed the crunch from the rye chips. Milk on cereal? Sure. Milk on sandwiches? No.
1.
Giving this one a 5.1, and I'm going to call it the 2-drink minimum. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you.
Okay, 1 might have been a little bit harsh
Again,
considering some of the things we've seen in the past, but a 5 is crazy.
Good
Next.
afternoon, D&D.
5 is crazy.
Welcome to Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go. All right, buckle up for our third and final installment of our Revolution Brewing Beer Week. We'll roll for our sandwich, and then at the end, roll for a beer to go with it. Our beer dice were a little less kind on Wednesday. Let's see how they're feeling today. Let's get things started with our roll for bread.
This one's a little
1,
quieter.
Polish hardtack. Hardtack is a dense biscuit or cracker that's been around
That is literally a cracker.
since the 11th century. It has an incredibly long shelf life and thus has commonly been used as sailing or military rations over the years. This specific hardtack was sent to me from Poland and contains rye flour and caraway seeds. I will definitely not be toasting it. Next up, let's roll for Maine. 5 leftovers. The leftovers I have for today are smiley potatoes.
What the man?
Until we had these with dinner this week, I hadn't had these since high school lunch. My kids thought they were pretty fun. Next up, let's roll for cheese. 2 feta. This Greek cheese is what is known as a brine.
I was just thinking to myself it's going to be feta too.
Sometimes called a pickled cheese, which is allowed to mature submerged in a brine. This gives the feta a very salty and tangy taste. I'm a big fan of feta. It makes everything better. Next up, let's roll for roughage.
Real feta is actually fire.
Double sevens, double sauerkraut.
Holy
From
Christ.
to brined cabbage, and extra at that. Maybe the dice gods are trying to soften up that hardtack.
It is recommended to soak hardtack so you don't chip your teeth. Oh, Jesus.
With one more scoop here, I think I would call this one roll. So now to the horror of many, we've just got to double it.
Holy
Flavor-wise,
Christ.
sauerkraut and the feta will be an interesting combination. Both kind of sour. All right, let's get wild with the wild magic roll. 8 Radler. Well, this wild magic roll actually modifies our beer, so we'll do that in a little bit. All right, and finishing up the sandwich with our sauce roll. 17 Salsa Matcha. All right, that's a very interesting roll for this one.
I don't know about that one, but
mound of sauerkraut for it to soak into. I can see the little bit of spice that this brings going kind of well with the sour flavors that we've got going on already. Could be worse. Let's get our sandwich closed up here. And then for the toothpicks, I literally had to like drill them through the top. It took a while.
The literal screwing it is
All right,
insane.
once again, rolling for a beer from our Hero IPA Variety Pack from Revolution Brewing. Each pack comes with a free Jackbox game code. All you need to redeem it is a
So wait, so what did the other thing
Let's see what our
cause?
beer is today. 2 Infinity Hero. Infinity Hero is kind of a mix between a hazy IPA and a classic IPA. Sports a 7%
I don't remember what
ABV
the
and an
magic,
IBU
wild
of
magic
50.
thing was.
Now, if you remember, our wild magic was to affect the beer today, and that is by making it a Radler. A Radler is a beer mixed with juice or lemonade, though in the States we call a lemonade and beer a shandy, so I had both.
Wait, that's
on the
called a
list. In this
shandy?
case, we're mixing it with grapefruit juice. Our
Oh,
sandwich
that
is
sounds
already
delicious,
cut in
actually.
half, so here is the cross section. Okay. Well, this is definitely an interesting way to end beer week. I don't have a ton of predictions about this one.
Shandies
Guess we're
with
just gonna have
lemonade?
to
I'm sure
taste it.
grape juice
Here
is
we go.
fine, but you're probably right. Holy shit, that looks painful.
Yeah, hardtack is definitely hard. This Infinity Hero works pretty nicely as a Radler, though. I do not recommend making a sandwich with hardtack. It is difficult enough to bite through on its own. But honestly, we got kind of a best case scenario as far as what we put on it, I think. The hardtack itself and the smiley potatoes don't have a ton of flavor. So really, we just have flavor from the feta and the sauerkraut and the salsa matcha, which honestly tastes kind of nice. Kind of tangy and spicy. Goes with the tangy grapefruitiness of the beer. It is treacherous to bite through, though. Honestly, by itself, though, I would snack on that hardtack. It's got a nice rye flavor. I'm going to give this one a 6.2 today, and I'm going to call it Jake's Hard Canapé. Have a great weekend, y'all. I'll see you Monday.
Oh, actually, hey, not too far off.
Good
Next.
afternoon, D&D, TikTok, and beyond, and welcome to Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate...
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want one of those. Those kind of look
decide my
awful.
lunch. Let's go. Today's episode of Roll for Sandwich is sponsored by Ackroyd's Scottish Bakery. This woman-owned small business has been operating out of Redford, Michigan for 75 years and continues to serve up great Scottish food. They're one of the biggest producers of haggis in the United States, and they ship to all 50 states. They've provided some fun Scottish ingredients for today's show, and if you'd like to try some, you can use the code ROLLFORSANDWICH
What are those?
at ackroydsbakery.com.
They look like little
to get
mac and
10%
cheese
off your
bites.
purchase. Without any further ado, let's roll for bread. 5 Aberdeen Butteries. Aberdeen Butteries are kind of the Scottish version of a croissant. Ackroyd's Scottish Bakery is the only bakery in the United States that ships Aberdeen Butteries. These flaky, savory roll pastry hybrids are perfect with jam or made into a breakfast sandwich. Today we're going to make it
I'm
into
skeptical. It
some
looked
kind
good
of
at
sandwich.
first, but now
We'll
I'm
see just what
skeptical.
kind.
Looks a
Next
little
up,
dense.
Let's roll for Maine. 2 Black Pudding. Black pudding is
What?
a blood sausage commonly eaten at breakfast in Scotland
Oh.
and across the UK. Ackroyd's makes theirs with a mixture of beef blood, pork fat,
Oh.
oats, and spices stuffed in a natural casing. I have long been aware of black pudding as it's part of a full English breakfast, but this will be my first chance to try it. As instructed, I will be frying the slices in a little bit of butter until they are crisped up a little. Technically, the sausage is already cooked, but I figured warm was the better way to try it the first time. Now that our black pudding is warmed up, we're gonna arrange
Do you take the skins off?
here on our buttery, which
Okay, those look like
about
hockey
4.
pucks.
Next up, let's roll for cheese.
It's not that bad. The second he said it was an English breakfast, I'm already shitting my pants.
5, honey goat cheese.
Oh.
All right, not too bad of a roll in my opinion.
I need to get more goat cheese. I actually decimated my goat cheese this morning with some crackers.
While room temperature goat cheese may have been spreadable in this instance, this came straight from the fridge. So I'm just gonna do my best to cut it up here in small pieces so that I don't crush my buttery trying to spread it. Flavor-wise, I think the tanginess and slight sweetness of the cheese will be nice with the buttery. Not sure how it'll go with the pudding. I guess we'll find out. Next up, let's roll for roughage.
Blood is unironically delicious. Okay,
Freeze,
vampire.
double
You don't have to
cucumber.
out yourself
Honestly, of the roughage
just like that.
options we
I'm not
had,
inviting you to my house.
the cucumber will give us a nice crunch without having a overtly strong flavor. It'll work well with the goat cheese, and I think that it's a pretty good option for us today here.
Stay outside.
I even don't mind having to put extra on. And let's get wild with our wild magic roll. Nat 20, I get to pick. So in this
Chippy mayo?
situation, I can pretty much do whatever I want. I don't
Chippy
want to do
mayo?
anything too crazy because I think we're on track for something good.
Oh.
So I'm just going to add some coarse sea salt
Wow.
on top of our cucumbers here. Help give them a little more pop, but not take the flavor in any crazy direction. And last but not least, it's the D20 sauce roll. Here we go. 11, honey mustard.
Oh, that was...
You know, I think we have a winner.
That wasn't
This honey
sauce.
mustard is definitely honey forward, which I think will go
The American version of black pudding is called scrapple, I believe. I've never
really
had
well
that.
with our honey goat cheese.
I will say, chat, I'm going to put you on game real quick. You see that honey mustard and how it's so thick? A lot of Americans know honey mustard is something very different. It's like a sauce that's like very watery, where you get it from like a McDonald's or something like that. It's almost like a dressing, as opposed to actual honey mustard, which is like thick. You should look for it. Like if you have a Wegmans near you, there's like Wegmans brand, like the store brand honey mustard. It's actual honey. Change your life. It's so different than what you know
And
as
just
honey
kind of
mustard.
the vibe we've got going all together here. Let's go ahead and get our sandwich put together here. Get our toothpicks in to hold it together. And let's get it cut in half.
Does it taste the same? No, it's so different. Like honey mustard, the sauce is like a watery, sweet but sort of maybe tangy, but like the honey mustard honey version, like the thick one, is much more potent. It's like much sweeter, but in a good way, not an overpowering way. Oh, it's so good. It's not as good for like dipping though.
And let's take a look at that cross section. All right, interesting. Well, I know some of you are disappointed we didn't see any haggis today. Don't worry.
Is it
They
cheaper?
did send me some haggis.
It's very
But today,
similar.
this is our sandwich. Let's taste it.
Yeah, use it the same way. The only difference is like if you were like dipping a chicken nugget in it, you know, like if you dip it in like honey mustard from McDonald's, it'll just go straight in and come out almost like ketchup. This one is like almost like a thick texture. You'd have to like scoop it a little.
Whoa, that. Wow.
Whoa.
I did not expect that to be so good. The black pudding pretty much just tastes like breakfast sausage. And then we've got a sweet and tangy combo from the honey mustard and honey goat cheese, and just some mild crunchy cucumber in there. And the Aberdeen buttery is rich and flaky and honestly perfect to go along with the sweet and tangy. Well, even though the ingredients are a little out
I
there
accidentally
for
read the
Americans,
comments, so I know it's a
ended up
10.
being a relatively simple sandwich, and that worked in its favor. I can't think of any reason not to give this one a 10, and I'm going to call it
Wow.
pure dead brilliant. Thanks so much for hanging out, everybody. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you again right here on Friday.
You know, maybe I should try that actually. The sausage. I don't know.